The Linux Mint blog says that only 30% of its users are updating their systems with security updates and just normal patches. They also say that it's easy to upgrade with Linux Mint. Let's give it a try. The Linux Mint blog posted some information about doing security updates, and they said that updates would be very easy using their update manager. And they said it was safe because they use TimeShift, which is a program that will back up your existing configuration and let you roll back to those changes in case you have a problem. And they're noting that only about 30% of the users of Linux Mint apply updates. So I'm going to do an update on my Linux Mint system and see how it goes. Between 5 and 30% of users run Linux Mint 17, which is end of life back in 2019. So we switch over here. I've got a Linux Mint system running Linux Mint 19.2. And if we go look at the different versions, that version is Tina. It's based on Ubuntu's long-term release version. It's supported to 2023. To get up to the current version, which is 20.1, I would have to apply all the patches for 19.2, then upgrade to the latest 19 release, which is here, Tricia 19.3. And then from there, I would have to upgrade to version 20, and then upgrade to version 20.1. Now, as usual, I have to give you the warning that doing an update of any type can harm your system. So make sure you back up, either using the TimeShift or some other method of backing up your system. I'm running this Mint virtual machine under KVM, so I'm going to create a snapshot before I do any updates. 3.1 update, I'll call it. That's going to create a virtual machine snapshot, which means that if during the upgrade process I have some type of problem or the system won't boot or some application that I need is not working, I can shut the VM down and then go back and tell it to revert to this snapshot, which is the way I had the system before I did any type of updates. And I don't know how long this is going to take, so it's done. Okay, the snapshot is complete. It gives me a timestamp on here. So now I can go back over to the machine and I can open the update manager. In the update manager, they have an option here to do system snapshots. That's the time shift that I talked about earlier. But I've already done a backup, so I'm going to go ahead and go to software updates and security updates. And it tells me, let's recommend set an automated system, and I hit OK. not letting me do anything. Oh, you got to hit OK there. It says, please set up snapshots. I've done that. Do you want to switch to a local mirror? The local mirror will be faster, so I'm going to say yes there. Put in my password. You click that, and it gives you the fastest mirror. I'll check that first one, that Eagle Wise. The base Bionic, which is basically the Ubuntu mirror. See which one it thinks is fastest. It's the same one, the Eagle Wise, so I'll take that and I'll hit apply. It's telling me my config has changed. I need to update my app cache, so I click OK again. It goes in, it's doing an apt update, basically. It's updating the cache of all the packages that are installed. So once that's done, I'll close that and I'll hit, oh, it wants to install a new version of Update Manager now that I've upgraded my packages. So I hit apply. Password again. In the background, it's running and installing a newer Update Manager. Reloads the Update Manager. And it tells me that these packages are available to be updated. And you can see there's a long list of them. And they're all checked for upgrade, so I'll go ahead and install updates. It tells me that the upgrade will trigger additional changes, and these additional packages will be installed. And I'll hit OK. And you can hit show individual files so you can see what it's doing. All right, the update is completed. It says system is up to date. It did not tell me to reboot, but I'm going to go ahead and reboot. Restart. So we're going to let it reboot and see what version comes back. Exciting. This video drivers comes because I'm running a virtual machine, so don't worry about that. I did hear some music there that I didn't hear before. Let's open up a terminal here. All right, it still shows me I'm at 19.2. So let's go back into the upgrade manager. It says my system is up to date on 19.2. Oh, there it is. You have to hit update. I'm sorry, edit, upgrade to 19.3 Trisha, which is the latest 19 release. Go ahead and read the release notes. If you want to know the new features, go ahead and click there. I understand the risk. I understand, and hit apply. So that first process was just upgrading my 19.2 to the latest security patches and all that stuff to 19.2. Now I'm going from 19.2 to 19.3. So here it is again, downloading files for the 19.3. All right, it tells me it was upgraded. Please reboot. So here's reboot number 2. All right, we reboot it. Let's log back in. There's that music again, and my desktop has changed. All right, now we're on 19.3. We go back into the update manager. Tells me there's an update available for the Linux kernel. It's currently running 4.15. And this update goes to the 5.0 version. So you have to do that before you can do the other update. It's going to install these extra packages that are required by the new kernel. All right, reboot it again, log back in. Ignore that error again. All right, we're now on kernel 5.0. And we're still on 19.3. Back in our update manager. Jesus Christ. There's another Linux kernel update of 5.4. And it looks like they switched back to the default Linux Mint kernels, so I'm going to switch to the local ones again. was the Eagle Wise was the fast one. Hit your calls. Let's see. Eagle Wise again because it's the fastest one. Then it updates to cache again. I'm going to go ahead and refresh and see what it says here. All right, that Linux kernel update, go ahead and update again. Those are the other packages that it needs to upgrade the kernel. So it looks like they went from like a 4.9 kernel to a 5.0, and now they're jumping up to a 5.4. I guess for some reason you can't go like a 4.9 to a 5.4 directly. All right, reboot it again. We're in the 5.4 kernel. Make sure we have all the latest updates. And it tells me my system is up to date. Now you notice when I click here on edit, there's no option to upgrade to version 20. When you're doing major release updates, like from 18 to 19 or 19 to 20, it's not going to be on the menu there. There's a series of commands that you have to run, and I'm going to show you how to run those commands. All right, we're back on day 2. I ran out of time recording yesterday. We left off with Linux Mint version 19.3. I'm going to check and make sure that I have all the most recent updates for 19.3. All right, so I'm fully upgraded to 19.3. And you can see 19.3 is the highest you can go on the .19 release version. So I want to upgrade to version 20 next. And to do that, you have to follow this list of commands that they have here. I just did a Google search for upgrading Linux Mint, and this is what came up. I already know that I've got a 64-bit, and I just did the update and the upgrade. Blah, blah, blah. It says to back up your Linux Mint files. If you want to, you can back up, do another snapshot, basically, using their time machine, or you can do a snapshot like I did before. You have to install the Mint upgrade package if it's not already installed. So let's do that. Apt install. All right, it's going to install it, and some of these other packages are required as well. Back on my instructions, it says to check the Linux Mint upgrade. It says it's doing a simulation of the upgrade, so it won't actually affect the system. And that command is mint upgrade check. All right, it's executing a check. It's going to change the repositories. It's not going to write anything to disk. It's just going to test the system to see if it's ready for the upgrade. Password. There's my password. So this process takes a while, so I'm going to let it go ahead and I'll come back once it's done. I got an error message. Packages have the incorrect version. It's telling me to downgrade maintenance, downgrade foreign packages. I think I saw something about that. Upgrade. Let me check. Well, anyway, I thought I saw something about that, but what it's saying is go into the software updates thing, software sources. Down here under maintenance, look at my repositories again. They're still eagle-wise, so they hadn't changed. So maintenance, and it's saying downgrade foreign packages. So I'll hit downgrade foreign packages. And I will fast forward through this. All right, now I'm going to close this and run the command that I tried before, the mint upgrade check. Yes, I want to continue. And this part takes a while. I'm going to stop recording and come back once it's done. All right, the command check completed successfully. Let's go down to the next stage, which is mint upgrade download. Yes, continue. All right, the download has completed successfully. And the next step is to run the mint upgrade command. Upgrade is massive, it says, and can take 2 to 3 hours, depending on the upgrade process. Okay, let's do that then. It was sudo mint upgrade. upgrade. Please don't run as root. Okay. Why does my instruction says yes? All right, I'm going to let the upgrade run, and if it prompts me for anything, I'll cut back in with it. All right, it reached a point where it tells me it's ready to upgrade. It says the operation is non-reversible. Let's do it. All right, we'll be back if there's any more exciting news. I'm being prompted that there are services that are installed that may need to be restarted. A left arrow, what is this tab? Can I get in there? I'm going to tab over to yes, so it can restart services without asking me each time. All right, it's prompting me again. After installing sgml-base. And then it continues on. And the update is completed. Took around 30 minutes. So let's do a reboot. And it comes right up. All right, it's not saving the video settings. But remember, we just upgraded to Linux Mint 20. Let me change my display first. Where is that thing? 1280 by 1920 by 1080. Says it couldn't change it, but it did change it. Let's go in and look at the version that we're running. Says we're running version 20. So that means we need to go up one more to get to 20.1. We'll start the update manager. Tells me I'm up to date. Changed my mirrors again, so I'm going to switch back to the faster mirrors. Again, it's the EvoWise connection. And it updates the cache again. All right, so when I go to edit here, now I have an option to upgrade to 20.1. Remember, if you're doing the dot releases, dot 1, 2, or 3, the upgrade is under edit and then upgrade. It's an introduction. I'll hit next. Release notes. I'll hit next. New features. I'll hit next. Click I understand the risk. And hit apply. All right, and it starts the download of the packages, and it will go through and do the update. I'm going to pause it and come back when the update is complete. And the update is completed. It says, please reboot for the changes to take effect. Right. All right, so now we're up to version 20.1. That's the update manager. When I go to update manager, it says the system is up to date, but of course it's switched back to the default mirrors. And we want to switch it back to the faster one. All right, so that's a complete upgrade from 19.3 to 20.1. Linux Mint says their upgrade process is easy and safe. It was in my case. The only issue I had was the network manager wasn't loaded after an update from 19.3.20. No, I'm sorry, 19.3 going to 20. And there was some information left in the interfaces file that was causing the boot up to stop, pause for 5 minutes. All that's been fixed and it's booting up okay now. Hit the like button, subscribe, send me an email. Thanks for watching.